Hey guys, and welcome back to Questionable Scale Modeling. It is Saturday afternoon, and I've got the Tamiya Renault 5 all finished. It actually got finished last weekend, but I have not had time to do any final photos or video on the completion. So it's right next to me under the light and under the other cameras. So let's switch it up and let's take a look. Okay, so here is the finished Renault 5 rally car as done in Monte Carlo for, I'm not really sure what year. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. Anyway, uh, Tamiya orange, or excuse me, Tamiya chrome yellow, semi-gloss black, and I think that is Tamiya's pure white that's on top. Excuse me. And the bumpers. The in hindsight, I would have liked to have painted the number plaques in because you can see the yellow through the white decal, and it would have looked a lot better if I had painted it. So uh, that would have been an easy thing to do. Uh, as I said in some of the previous videos, I actually took the time to, let me get this a little closer, to sand all these uh, vents to where they are completely see-through. Those, the two here on the back. If I zoom in close, let me get my light a little higher. You might be able to see through those side vents over here. Maybe. They're not that noticeable. If I turn it around here, I think you can just see, if the light hits it right, you can see all the way through the other side of the car because it's, of course, hollow right there. But I honestly don't know. Move my camera, just a little more. Don't know if you can actually see it, but it's hollow. And then on the front of the car, this grill here, that is also hollow as well, but it doesn't really go anywhere. The one on the hood, I decided not to try to sand that one out. It was just, there was too much going on underneath the hood, and the way it's molded, it really wouldn't have helped, to be honest. But anyway, it's covered, it's clear coated with 2K Clear, the same brand I've been using for, I don't know, 7 years maybe. Anyway, you can see more about that in the video where I'm doing the 2K Clear. This was definitely not without its mistakes. One of the things is in the headlights, if you look, you can see the silver behind the headlight, showing that it's got like a headlight behind the lens. The problem is I didn't have the foresight to paint the inner part as well, so the sides, you can still see the yellow paint and the black paint and the white paint inside the lens. So, I'm not going to go back and change it. Everything's glued in. What was some of the other mistakes? Oh, so not a mistake, but as one of the videos shows on the decals, so this black stripe all the way across was supposed to be one long, well, It's two decals. One that goes from the front of the hood door, and then the rest of this is another decal. So I painted the black portion, and then I added the white stripe, and of course this part here. So that's in a video as well. I think it looks a lot better than the decal would have. Let's see. The wheels, I did absolutely nothing to the wheels. That is the Tamiya chrome wheel. I liked the look of them, so I left it as is. Another modification I did, not very big modification, but the chrome tip for the exhaust, I did hollow that out a little bit more than the kit had. I think it looked really good. And let's see. That's about it for the body. Let's see if we can get this off, and I'll show you the finished interior. If I can get it off without breaking it. Hang on 1 second. I don't want to scratch it either, because it is polished, and it is polished to a mirror finish, so I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so the interior is very ugly because it's got a blue floor. It's got one blue seat and one red seat, and then the dash is a combination of orange and black. Kind of looks yellow, but it's orange. The inner door cards are orange and black as well. I mean, what is up with that color? But I built this for a out of the box build for competition, so I decided to go with what they suggested. Now on the people, I don't know if you can really see that really well, but those are molded in seat harnesses. They're not separate pieces, but I did some scribing in between the suit and the belts to give a little bit of fake separation with some panel lining. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, see, you can see the back. It doesn't actually go anywhere because, like I said, they're molded in. The only thing I added to this, but it was per the instructions, so I had to add it. So the passenger or the navigator, he's got his little notepad for call outs for the driver, and that's actually cut straight off the instruction sheet and then glued to a piece of basically a piece of styrene that I painted silver. So that's actually part of the instruction sheet. And let's see what else. The racing suits painted just in flat white with some gray panel liner, providing a little bit of shade and kind of make the white not look so white. And the helmets were actually painted in a Tamiya white. I think it was the same white I used on the roof. That way the helmets were a little shinier. And let's see. That's about it for the interior. I did make a rather large glue mistake when I was gluing the focus, when I was gluing the roll cage onto the rear deck lid. The the super glue kind of spider webbed out onto my glue paint or blue paint. I don't know if I can get that to show up. You might. Let's see. Come on. You can barely see it in the reflection when the light hits it, but it's there. but it's not too noticeable. You really have to be looking for it to see it through the window. And if it does get seen, who cares? If it doesn't win, it doesn't bother me. The underneath. So this is all semi-gloss black. That was the Rust-Oleum 2X paint primer that I used on my video on spraying Rust-Oleum the proper way. Then the silver is Molotov chrome that's also cut with lacquer thinner. There's a few smudges on it, but that was my own finger testing it because I wanted to see how long it would take it to dry, and it's actually permanently dry now. It's only been 2 weeks since I shot that, but I smudged it up just to test it because nobody's going to see it. And because of that, I didn't paint anything else. Like the engine, transmission, I didn't paint any of that. Really don't care. Nobody's going to see it. It kind of looks cool. So that's the interior. Now let's see if we can get it put back together without breaking something off. Oh, some other mistakes that I made is when I painted the side mirror, I had it super glued to a skewer so I could paint it easy. But when I went to go take it off the skewer, it broke. Like the mount for it split in half. And I managed to glue it back together while mounting it to the car. And it's not like, I think you'd have to have some really good optivisor vision to see it. But there is a crack in it where the two halves are. That's about it. Now you can look under here and get the light in there. You can see the that grill is completely through on that one, and on this one you can see that's all sanded completely through. So, yep. I'm going to add some still shots that I did this afternoon. Oops. Come on. Let's see. Hang on. Let me get this in before I make a mistake. There we go. All right. So that's the Renault 5 Rally version for the Monte Carlo race. Turned out really good. I'm pretty pleased. The clear coat went very well. I had very little wet sanding and polishing to do. I think grand total I might have spent maybe 3 hours wet sanding and polishing. So there was no junk in it to get rid of, just a couple of flaws. There was hardly any orange peel. It just went really well. Another mistake is when I was mounting these lights to the very front of the bumper, they're not really easy to put in place and hold while you're gluing. So me being who I am and my love for coffee, I kind of moved around a little bit too much, and it shows because there's a little bit of glue marks on the bumper where those lights are mounted because I kind of moved around too much while I was waiting for the super glue to set. But it is what it is. Again, it's going to go on a table, flaws and all. It just depends on, because I don't care if it wins. I just want people to see it. So, anyway, like I said, I'm going to provide some still photos that I took this morning, and some of them are outdoor photos, so I wanted to see it in the natural light. So with that, thank you for watching, and I will be announcing my next project, I think, tomorrow. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.